bookworms! Today I'm going to be sharing my New York Comic-Con haul with you. It's been years since I've made a con haul video. Obviously we didn't have any conventions last year. This year also seemed a little bit iffy, but everyone had to be fully vaccinated in order to attend and everyone had to wear a mask for the full time, so Andrew and I decided that we felt comfortable going for a little bit, and we went for 2 days. We decided not to go for the next 2 days, just to give you an overall feeling of the convention. It was definitely way different than it was in years past. Obviously, people weren't traveling. There were a lot of artists and guests that would typically be at New York Comic Con that were not able to make it, and it was a much, much smaller show. The exhibit hall was very underwhelming, and Artist Alley was like half the size that it normally is. It was kind of disappointing, if I'm going to be frank. It was definitely nice to see some of the things that we did see, but it didn't feel like a Comic-Con. It actually, we were saying that kind of felt more like an anime convention than a New York Comic-Con. It was very strange. It was just a weird year. There were 2 panels that we went to. We went to the Vox Machina panel, which is Critical Role, and we went to the Wheel of Time panel, which is being adapted for Amazon soon. And while I'm so glad that we were there and that we were able to see those were definitely my 2 favorite things that we did over the whole convention. Neither panel was in person. They were both pre-recorded and we just watched it on a big TV screen in the main hall. So we kind of could have done that from home. I don't think it really warranted paying to go to Comic-Con to see that. I think that if we could have done this year over, we probably would have just stayed home and watched the panels from the comfort of our home. But yeah, I feel bad because I feel like I am complaining a lot about it, but it really was just like not a great con year. I'm hoping that next year the world will be in a better place, which I feel like I've been saying for over a year now, but I really am hopeful that things will improve and that things can get back to the way that they were like in the past when it came to conventions. But with that being said, there were a couple of things that I did pick up. So this haul is going to be kind of short and sweet. It's definitely the smallest New York Comic Con haul that I've ever had in my entire life. But I do like everything that I got. And there's one thing that was on my bookish wish list, my special edition book wish list. The vendor who makes them was actually there. So Geekify had a booth on the floor, and that is one vendor that I was just so glad to actually see in person because they make leather-bound editions of lots of books, but I've always specifically wanted the Name of the Wind one. And while they didn't have that one there with them in person, they did have them at their office because they were still like in the process of putting more of them together. Obviously, a lot of materials have been back ordered, so I was able to order one of those from them at a slightly discounted price, and I cannot wait for that to arrive. I have an image of it here so that you guys can see it, but I got to see their version of the Wise Man Sphere in person, and it was just gorgeous. So I'm really excited to get my copy of Name of the Wind in the mail, and also I will eventually get Wise Man Sphere too. And I asked, like, will you guys be doing the 3rd book? And the gentleman working the booth told me that they actually already have the whole design done for book 3, and it sounds really awesome. And so if that ever comes out, I'll get the 3rd book from them as well. So that was like my big con purchase. And then also from their booth, they had these very cool cloth maps. I got a map of Lord of the Rings, and it's so cool. Like, it's a cloth map. It feels kind of like matted on the top. Like, I wouldn't use it as a placemat because it's so pretty, but like it kind of feels like it could be that material. I kind of think I'm probably going to find a frame for it and hang it in our living room on our gallery wall, which is kind of slowly turning into a Lord of the Rings wall. But yeah, I just thought this was really pretty. And they actually had like a ton of other maps too. Like they had a map of Skyrim, they had a map of Westeros, and I'm sure that they would do other maps like if you ask them, and they seem pretty open to like custom orders, and you can get books custom leather bound and everything. So they were just a super cool booth. I'm very excited that I got to see them and meet them. Then next category of stuff, which is always my biggest category, is artwork. So I can confirm right now that I'm terrible at taking cards from the artists and remembering who they were, but if you are curious about any of them, I will do my best to track them down and like look on the website and see if I can find like match the artist to the artwork. So here we go. This I actually got on the main floor. It's not any specific fandom that I know of. I just think that it's so pretty, and I also think it like fits in nicely with the fantasy artwork that we have around our apartment. I just thought that was pretty. Then I got this amazing Avatar print, and this one actually does have a card with the artist in it, so that is very helpful. It looks like their Instagram is at KEHASUK. And he had done like a ton of really cool artwork. A lot of it is anime inspired, but this Avatar one is just stunning. Like every single time that Andrew and I look at it, we see more details and like more elements to the story, and we're just astounded by how much he was able to incorporate into this one piece. It's like truly unbelievable. I feel like I could just stare at this for like literal hours, and I will still just continue to see something new every time that I look at it. Then next in Artist Alley, we got to meet Lauren Walsh, and we got this beautiful piece from her. This has Keyleth and Caduceus. These are both characters from Critical Role. Keyleth is from the first campaign of Vox Machina, and Caduceus is part of the Mighty Nine. Lauren actually had her artwork officially licensed, and there are Critical Role puzzles based on some of her art, and yeah, she was so nice in person, and I'm really excited to add this to our wall as well. Then I have this Over the Garden Wall print, which is so cute. Unfortunately, I have no idea who the artist is. There's no signature anywhere, and there was no card included. Before we went in, I was like, okay, the couple of fandoms that like I really want to get artwork for are always Over the Garden Wall, Critical Role, Lord of the Rings, and I was also like, if they have anything Lore Olympus, which there wasn't anything there. I didn't see a single Lore Olympus piece. I was like, that would have been really cool. But yeah, so this was actually one of the first things that we saw in Artist Alley, and I just bought it like on the spot. Then there was a booth called Geek Orthodox, and they actually create these like faux stained glass prints, and the back peels off and you like stick it on a window, so it actually does look like stained glass. And we got this Welcome Adventures one, which I thought was really, really cute. They had a whole bunch of different styles to choose from. They had like all of the spaceships from Star Trek and Star Wars, and they had Crowley and Aziraphale from Good Omens. They had like a whole bunch of fandoms. It was really, really cool, and I believe that they actually make real stained glass versions too, but those are pretty expensive. But yeah, I thought this was so cute. Then I got a whole bunch of Lord of the Rings prints from an artist called Beverly LA. Her Instagram is at Trimcoast, and these I am totally in love with. They're kind of like those travel posters, but they're for Lord of the Rings, and I feel like the colors that she used are just so vibrant and beautiful. So first, obviously, we have Hobbiton, which is just amazing. As soon as I saw this piece, I was like, okay, like I'm getting that. I was like, I wanted Lord of the Rings artwork, and this is exactly like what I was looking for. So there were a whole bunch of other ones in the series, and I did get a bunch more of them. I really hope that she sells them online, because I will probably get more of them too to like complete the collection. They're just amazing. Then I also got Mordor, of course. So we have the Eye of Sauron up there. And again, like just such beautiful color scheme. Then we've got Fangorn Forest. So pretty. It also like doesn't help that I'm rereading Lord of the Rings at the moment, so I feel like I'm like extra enthusiastic about it. But so funny thing, so we bought a couple of them and then started to walk away and realized that there was a back to the booth that we were looking at that had more Lord of the Rings posters, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I went back and they were like, hi, and I was like, hello, I bought things 3 seconds ago and now I'm going to buy more things. So we got the Pillars of the Kings at Argonath, which is just breathtaking. And lastly, we got Bree, which has the Prancing Pony sign, which I love. Again, like it just, the color schemes are so pretty. If she sells these online, I am like 100% going to get Rivendell too. And also Helm's Deep was so much prettier than it was in the movie. She just has like all the places. She has Rohan, like she has Lothlorien. I love them. I just want like a wall of like just these. They're so pretty. And then we've got one more category to go through, and that is stickers for bullet journaling. I didn't get any t-shirts at all this convention. They tried to give me a Sandman tote bag, and I said no thank you because I have so many tote bags. Like I said, very small haul. So I have this Coraline sticker. Then I got this Avatar bubble tea sticker. It's the Jasmine Dragon, and it has Uncle Iroh in there, of course. Then we've got Appa drinking some bubble tea. And lastly, I have one of Lauren Walsh's stickers, so that is the Mighty Nine. And this is actually artwork that was licensed to become a puzzle. And that's it. So that is everything that I got this year at New York Comic Con. I'm really excited for my Name of the Wind book to arrive. But again, like I said, it wasn't a great year, but I am really pleased with the things that I was able to get. There was also another really cool booth called D&T. And I think they said that they were going to be at Anime NYC next month, so I think I'm going to try to purchase some things from them then. They had these really cool tumblers that had all of the different like classes for Dungeons and Dragons, and I obviously really like the Bard one, so I think I'll probably end up getting that, but I didn't get it this time around. So that's everything in my New York Comic Con haul. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon in a new one. Bye!